Red alert, everybody. Trump is creating mass panic and fear in cryptocurrency, or is this the greatest opportunity and will be the greatest missed opportunity in our living history? Now, what's happening is people are absolutely freaking out. Even people that have been in crypto for a very, very long time are losing their faith. Think about this for just a moment. If you don't know why you're invested in something and you're asking what to invest in, you will get wrecked 100% of the time. But if you have deep conviction and understanding why you're invested, just like I know why I'm invested in XRP. And when they initiated the case, the SEC against Ripple on December 20th, 2020, I said, I'm holding on like a tick on a dog. That's why I love the red. This is going to go away. This is max pain right now. And it's the greatest opportunity, the greatest buy-in prices that we will ever experience in our living history. Now, I'm only telling you exactly what I'm doing. I will never share with you something I'm not doing myself. I put my money where my mouth is. But I want you to go back to my channel since 2020 and see if my narrative has changed. I've talked about the same things over and over and over again, repeatedly, and I've stuck with it. Because the key is to understand why you're invested in something. I know why I'm invested. That's why when I see this stuff, I celebrate. Red, I celebrate. Green, I get out. Okay. So I'm going to share with you some news. Okay. And then we're going to break down exactly what I am doing. Huge warning to everybody out there. I'm not DMing you. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use Telegram. QFS accounts are a scam. I don't care how great the AI technology looks. That is not us reaching out to you. QFS accounts are a scam. Never, ever send your crypto to anybody. Obviously, I'm not in my studio today. I'm out traveling. So we're going to do the best we can. I hope the audio is fine. So let's get after it. Okay. So let's check this out, guys. So the first thing I want to show you guys, that just in, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is now back at extreme fear. You need to learn to invert everything. Fear is green to me. Green is fear to me. Invert everything. Okay. When they tell you to look this way, there's always another narrative going on this way. Okay. So we know that's what's actually happening right now. There's massive fear. But on the other hand, we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Ripple beat the SEC. Ripple will be one of the most disruptive companies in the financial industry. XRP will be one of the most valuable assets in the world. I put my money where my mouth is on that one. And things like this are happening right now. Remember, BlackRock, I showed you guys, is getting their crypto to be up and running as a asset firm in the UK. BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world. It is number 2 holder in Bitcoin. Okay. So Eleanor Trett put this out. A new delegation from the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, met with SEC.gov crypto task force. Okay. So stop for just a minute. Okay. The largest asset manager in the world met with the SEC crypto task force this week to discuss the firm's existing crypto ETFs and the potential for allowing a future in-kind redemptions and creations for them. Guys, the largest asset manager in the world, with 11 trillion under management. They're bigger than almost largest countries. Sorry, there's a bunch of people around here. I'm doing the best I can. They're bigger than most countries' GDPs. These people are staring at me like, who is this wacko? I'm in a place where it's really cold. Got a cutoff shirt, got a bun. I look like a hippy dippy, and I'm not in a hippy dippy area. Just put it that way. So, Bitcoin news put this out. And sorry, I also got mouth surgery. Just so you guys know, I like to tell you guys what's going on. So I've been on this big health journey, guys. So I went through a parasite candida cleanse. I'm in month 8, so I've lost 31 pounds, 11% body fat, and then I went into a biological dentistry. I got my root canals taken out. I got all the mercury taken out of my mouth, all the metals, and I got all organic fillings in. And then, yeah, I feel fantastic. So I'm really coming out of it. But the surgery was 2 weeks ago, and I shouldn't have gum in my mouth, but I do. And so don't tell my dentist. Okay, where are we at here? Sorry, it's really hard to concentrate with these people here, but that's okay. This is their spot, not mine. Ripple just fired massive shots in the stablecoin war. RLUSD is now live on Kraken, and it's already repping 10 billion in volume with a booming 250 million market cap. It's just another coin, or is this just another coin? This isn't just another coin. This is Ripple's answer to real-world DeFi and global payments. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because people are staring at me. I like it a lot. All right, so Jimmy Valet posted this. This is really cool. This is something that's been happening a lot. Remember, I told you the asset managers, the very asset managers, tax accountants, financial advisors told you to run from crypto are the very ones feverishly trying to get into cryptocurrency right now. Okay, he said in April 2020, I called Fidelity, where I held a substantial retirement funds and asked them to get exposure to their digital asset fund, which they were actively marketing on social. They told me no. 5 years later, just in 6 trillion asset manager Fidelity launches retirement plan allowing direct crypto investments. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys back on my screen here. All right. So here we are. This will be a shorter video today. So they're having a management meeting right now. So maybe I should jump in there and teach them efficiency. So here we are. So what am I doing? Okay. I'm celebrating. Our Warriors are celebrating. We love this. Okay. Because we're in it for the long term. If you're in it for the short term, you're going to get wrecked. Okay. You have to learn how to fish. Warren Buffett says it himself. Buy when there's blood in the streets. When it's red and you know what you hold, you calmly buy on the way down. When it's green going up, if you have a plan, then you pull profits. Okay. Now, here's exactly what I do. I hold Bitcoin. I'm holding it forever. An example of that is I just took a Bitcoin asset backed loan to open up my financial services firm. Okay. That's an example of why I didn't sell the Bitcoin. I took the Bitcoin, I leveraged it. I got 70% of the LTV. Okay. Then I took that LTV and I got cash immediately. I took the cash, I bought the firm, and our firm will pay back that in the next 12 months. I didn't have to, there's no tax implications of that. I'm paying about 14% interest on that money, but Bitcoin goes up 50% every single year. So think about that. Do the math. That Bitcoin's going up 50% every single year. I borrowed at 14%. Okay. The firm is open now. I take the cash from the firm and I put it back in, and my LTV goes back up. So that's an example, okay, of an asset backed loan. Key. This is one thing. Just be very, very careful around getting liquidated. Okay. Now here's the negative side of that, right? I always look at risk. If Bitcoin collapses, I'm fucked. Sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. Damn it. Sorry about that. Because I'm really doing better because I know a lot of family people watch that. Sorry about that. I apologize because I do listen to you guys. If Bitcoin collapses, I get liquidated. So I have to pay attention to it. But we feel, based on our analysis, that Bitcoin's going to continue to go up on the back end of the year. And so we feel very safe with that decision. If not, I obviously have more liquidity that I can pump into it. So we're just keeping an eye on it, right? We're going to pay it off as quick as possible. So just want to be very clear about that. Do not go leverage your crypto unless you have a plan. Like, we can pay that back right now, but we didn't want to use our cash. We'd rather use someone else's cash. Does that make sense? So put that makes sense down below. Okay. So if you're in crypto and you don't have the ability to pay that off if something happens very quickly within minutes, then don't do it. Okay. So we looked at the risk versus reward. We'd rather use someone else's money than our own money, OPM, other people's money. We borrowed against it. We opened the firm. We were able to get it up and running. We didn't have to go to the bank and, submit our paperwork, LLCs, our firstborn, all that stuff. Once KYC was done, it took about 2 weeks for the KYC. Once the KYC is set up, boom, you can easily do it efficiently. And sorry, I'm totally lost my focus. They're having a management meeting. I feel so bad. And then everything else. So I have all my other cryptocurrencies as it goes up the risk pyramid. So cryptocurrency, high risk, high return. When I return off my altcoins, I'm pulling 50%. I think it's going to blow off top of the back end of the year. I think August and beyond, I'm going to pull 50% down the risk pyramid. I use cash value life insurance. I use index universal life to bank on myself. Okay. Once those buckets are full, I'm going to buy a little bit more silver. I'm not as adept in silver now because I was buying more under the last administration. I felt less good about the economy, not as good about the economy. We have multiple businesses, like information technology, attention, education, and financial services, cash generating dividend ETF strategies, and we're getting more into real estate, something I got to get into because I need tax liability. So basically what I do is every Wednesday and Friday when I get paid for my companies, I pay myself first. So my money's going every day into crypto, dollar cost averaging. When it dips, I buy. Every month I have money going into my insurance policies, right? Protect, compound, and grow, banking on myself. I can borrow against my cash value, my life insurance policies. Every Wednesday and Friday when I got paid, I could put more money into crypto, and I put more money into my dividend ETF strategy. When my dividends pay me monthly income, I transmute that from an inflationary asset, the US dollar, and I transmute it into a deflationary asset, Bitcoin and XRP, okay? So every day I'm buying crypto. When it dips, I buy more. Okay. Every month I have money going into my policies, right? My premiums, and if I can put the excess in there, I will. Then we got the money going in dividend. I pay myself first, always. In America, what we do is we spend, then we save what's left. I save, and then I can only afford what's left. Does that make sense? So I just did an example on my Instagram story. Take a look. There was a dividend I just got today. It's my smallest dividend, $240, $275. That's a car payment, right? I took my money, transmuted it into a dividend. I'm now getting paid money off of my money. Okay. So if I'm to buy a car or an asset or not a liability, I'm going to put it into something that generates cash and let somebody else pay for it. Okay. So every time I get paid, I'm always transmuting that money. That's all I got for you guys. Sorry, this isn't my environment. I'm a little off. Big warning out there. I will never proactively DM you. Those are all scammers. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use Telegram. QFS accounts are a scam. We're not asking you to send us crypto. Just never send your crypto to anybody. Okay. I do have resources for you. So in our academy, we've helped 11,000 people. It's going up rapidly. 11,000 people since 2020. We are the calm in the storm. We are the group where you want to stay calm. If shit's hitting the fan, my team is live in there explaining to you exactly what's going on. We give you a fish. Okay. We're not saying what, we're showing you example portfolios, an example, so you can learn how to do it yourself. Entry plans, exit plans. How do you enter? How do you exit? What does it look like? What does our diversification plan look like? And why do we do it, right? You have live calls, market calls, community calls, Q&A calls. We again, like I said, when shit's hitting the fan, my team is live in there. Say, take a deep breath, right? Take a deep breath. We got this. So that is the 3T Warrior Academy. That's down below in this YouTube video description, or in my bio, you have the Coach JV Academy. We'd love to see you in there as well. And then on the other side, I have my financial services company. So we've helped people all over the United States understand cash value, life insurance, infinity banking concept, index universal life, whole life, banking on yourself, Rockefeller waterfall system. So if you want to learn from my team and do a free, it's a complimentary financial strategy, you'll fill out that form and my team will reach out to you. You'll be able to set an appointment on there. Just make sure you show up to the appointment. We have, we're stacked. I mean, so we're trying to get as many people on the calendar as possible. So if you make the appointment, please show up to that appointment. We're working to be as efficient as possible with that. That's an absolutely free consultation. We do not get paid by the client. If we end up doing business with you, we get paid by the company. So you know you're working with my team. So you'll never send my team members money directly. We'll keep you safe. You know what? That's all I got for you guys. I don't want to disrupt these people anymore. It was kind of cool. They had a really cool team meeting. That was neat. That was neat. They got their people together. They're celebrating them. I thought that was pretty cool. Good job, guys. Warriors, let's get your shit together.